say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication. They wanna say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication. These niggas say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication. They wanna say they dedicated, I don't see the dedication now. Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. Let's talk about pay. Let's talk about pay again. I believe I made the poor assumption that everybody knew about all the codes and all the extras regarding pay when it comes to how we at the USPS get paid. So my thing is to make sure that you are informed. I compiled a few things for you just to kind of go over so you're fully aware on where you can get paid, all the extras, so you can do diligent when it comes down to your specific pay scale. Let me start with this before we continue. Let's say they tell you to work and one supervisor tells you, hey, we need you to stay an extra hour. Another supervisor says we need to stay an extra 2 hours. Now, if you're a go-getter and you want that money and you stay for 2 hours, then 2 days later, the first supervisor said, well, I didn't authorize you to get paid to work for that extra hour. Why? And then you got to go back and forth between the supervisor. Well, you're not going to get paid, or I'm going to dock your pay, or whatever the foolishness that they come up with. Here's something in our clause for you. It says an employee must be paid for all work performed, regardless of whether the supervisor approved or disapproved the employees continuing to work. It is the duty of the supervisors to exercise control over the working hours of their subordinates by making sure that the employees complete their duties and clock out promptly at the completion of their tour if additional work is not desired or authorized. That means if you work, you get paid. All that foolishness that they talk about, oh, we're going to dock your pay or you're not getting paid for it. They are not allowed to go into the system and change or take away pay from you. It's in the contract. You can look it up. So let's talk about the different pays that we have. And I'll try to break it down for you. Upon becoming a career employee, you have 5 days that you're scheduled. 5 days. Then you have 2 days off. Those are considered your NS days, non-scheduled days. If you are required to work on a non-scheduled day, you will be getting paid for your 6th day, your non-scheduled day, at time and a half. That means you're getting paid overtime for every hour you work for that day. You have weekends off. You work Monday through Friday. But they ask you to work on Saturday. Saturday begins the pay period. The pay week. Saturday begins the pay week. If you work Saturday and you're supposed to start working on Monday, that Saturday, even before you start your regular week, the first day of your new pay week, you will be making time and a half for that specific day. Time and a half is time and a half. Whatever your pay rate is, plus half of it. $20 an hour, Half of 20 is 10. You'll be getting paid $30 an hour for that specific day for 8 hours. If you go over 8 hours on your non-scheduled day, you will get paid penalty pay or V time. We'll get into that in a second. Sunday premium. Sunday premium pay equals 25% of your pay for, again, 8 hours. If you are scheduled to work on a Sunday, whether it's part of your bid or not part of your bid, again, this is for regulars, you will get 25% on top of your regular pay for Sunday. A lot of people say, well, that's not a lot of money. Give it to me then. If you're making $20 an hour, again, on Sunday, 25% of 20 is what? 5? 5 times 4 is 20? Yeah. So you'll get an extra $5 an hour. So you'll be making $25 an hour on Sunday. If you go over 8 hours, you'll be making penalty pay. We'll get to that penalty pay in a minute. So again, $20 an hour is what your pay rate is. On a Sunday you come in, because they scheduled you to come in, you are going to get paid $25 an hour. Got that? Here's another kicker. Let's say you work Saturday night into Sunday. You work a night shift. You start at 10 p.m. and you work into Sunday. If your shift touches Sunday specifically, you will get paid Sunday premium for the whole shift. So although you started Saturday night and you worked your 8 hours, you still will get paid Sunday premium pay. Okay? And then let's say you got to go back to work that Sunday night and you start at 10 p.m. and you work into Monday. Even though you've only worked 2 hours in Sunday, 10 p.m. going into Monday, 10, 11, 11, 12, whatever, you will get your whole pay at Sunday premium. So let's say you work Saturdays and Sundays and your shifts are overnight. You'll get 2 days at premium pay. Again, like, oh, it's only $5 now, it's not much. If you calculate it's 5 times 8, it's only 40 extra, but it's $40 a week. It's $80 every 2 weeks. You understand? Money stacks. Money stacks. Night differential pay. Night differential pay, as you saw at the beginning of the video. Anything worked between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., you will get a higher pay rate. I believe it's 10%. 10%, or somewhere close to that, of your regular pay added on. So between those hours of 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., you're going to get a 10% differential added on. You won't see it the same way. You won't see it, this hours I made $25 an hour. No, they break things down. So when you get your pay check, you have to look, okay, this is NS, this is blah, 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 this is so on and so forth. They break it down with all these little codes next to them. They're like, oh man, I worked Sunday, but I only made, $48, whatever. Extra. Yeah, but you were making $25 an hour from $20 an hour. So let's not look at the cup half empty. Let's look at it half full. These are different ways. V time, or penalty pay. Penalty pay for career employees is 2 times your pay rate. 2 times your actual pay rate or double time. This occurs, let's say you worked 8 hours for the day. Your 9th and 10th hour for that specific day would be, if you're just working a regular day, would be considered overtime, time and a half. These are for just specifically for APWU employees and carriers. This does not apply to mail handlers, the double time. So during 9th and 10th hour, you're making overtime. Anything between after the hours of 10 that you've worked, between 10 and 12 hours, you are going to be paid double time. So you went from $20 an hour for the first 8 hours, then you're up to $30 an hour for the 9th and 10th hour, then you're up to $40 an hour on your hours 11 and 12. Those are considered your penalty pay. That penalty pay also applies for you when you are on your NS day, your non-scheduled day. That applies if you work 8 hours and you start chiming in after 8 hours. Hey, somebody didn't show up, or you have to do extra work. That 9th and 10th and 11th and 12th hour on your non-scheduled day is now paid at double time. Penalty pay, V time, they all mean the same exact thing. There's so many extra ways to make extra money. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to make it. Some people say, why don't the mail handlers get the same? I'm not a mail handler. I couldn't answer that. I believe that the mail handlers have something in their contract where they're allowed unlimited overtime. So again, anything after 8 hours would be considered overtime per day, or anything over 40 hours per week would be considered overtime. That does apply to non-career as well. So if you're non-career, you're stepping in as a mail handler assistant, you will get overtime after 8 hours. The same thing for the clerks, the same thing for the truck drivers, etc., the non-career, the carriers. Non-career, you will get paid overtime after 8 hours for the day. Got that? Good. Sorry about the shaking. And hopefully these little add-ons helps you understand how some people that have a base salary, or they're only making, $20 or $25 an hour, can end up making close to $100,000 a year. This is how. Got it? Good. This is JH. If you have any questions or concerns, my email is always in the video description. All the extra perks that I've dug up for you guys is always in the video description. And if you need me, just knock. I do my best to get back to everyone. This is JH. We out of here.